Happy Friday, everybody. Giving everybody a chance to tune on in. We are live. It's Whitt Sessions, the quarantine edition. Hello, everybody. We'll give it about another 30 seconds or more. I like to be on time with all of my broadcasts, but I also like to give people a chance to tune in and get the notification that we are live. I hope that everybody is being safe out here, and I'm getting my notes together. I don't know why I was nervous. I've been getting ready for today. I guess it's because I really take this so seriously about one, staying and keeping my clients' brands alive during this new norm that we're living in. And two, I just want to be at my best for them at all times. And so I thank all of you who are sharing a piece of your Friday with me as I give you this special quarantine edition of Whitt Sessions. Just give me a few more seconds. And I see more of you are coming in the room, and I say thank you, whether you're tuning in on my Whitt PR business page or if you are tuning in on my personal page, because I have friends on both, but I do ask those who are not currently following Whitt PR to please jump on at some point and do so, but you can access me on either page. I'm getting my notes together, because I am committed to not missing a single update for a single client today. And we have quite a few clients to cover, for which I am very, very thankful for. As a small business, we are all going through as far as the different things that we are impacted by with the spread of the virus. Some of us have had to close our doors, others have had to downsize. I mean, you name it, there is a different type of circumstance. So my prayers go out to all of my fellow small business owners, and I say, hang in there. I also would like to once again salute all of our healthcare professionals and first responders. You are on the front line. The respiratory therapists. I mean, I can't even put into words how proud we are of you, how thankful we are for you, and how much we appreciate you. So I hope you know that. So coming from Whitt and my entire family of clients, we salute you. I also want to send and extend my prayers to those who are battling the the virus, or have family members or people who are close to them who are fighting or who have lost that battle. My prayers and condolences go out to those families. Again, we do not take this virus, this pandemic lightly, and so please stay safe. Take the necessary precautions to keep your family safe, and I promise to do the same. Okay, I think we are ready to get started. I just wanted to make sure that I had everybody down on the list of clients to make sure that I give a full update. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chelsea Whittington, also known as Whitt, CEO and owner of Whitt PR, and this is a special edition of Whitt Sessions. What is Whitt Sessions? I'm so glad you asked. Whitt Sessions is a 15-minute conversation in a pop-up location with a surprise guest. But under our current circumstances, when we're unable to go to a pop-up location, and with social distancing, it's better that we do not have a surprise guest. So you are here with me today, but I am going to guide you through a laundry list of great updates that are happening with my Whitt clients. At any time, you are welcome to learn more about them by visiting my website, PR, cwhitt.biz. Don't even know my own website, cwhitt.biz. That's CWHITT.biz. So I'm going to start with the biggest news of the day. You may have received an e-blast earlier today from Mary Green. Mary Green is the founder of the Black Women's Expo. And you may recall back in January when I made the announcement that Whitt PR had been selected as the public relations firm to do the promotions for the Black Women's Expo. And as fate would have it, COVID-19 began to spread, and the original date, which would have been today, April 3rd, for the expo, had to be postponed. Well, today it was announced that the Black Women's Expo will go on. The show must go on. And the new dates are August 21st through the 23rd at the McCormick Place in Chicago, still the same location. And I just want you to mark your calendars for that special day because we are so excited. Hundreds of vendors. There will be panel discussions. There will be live entertainment and performances, and of course, lots of food. So please make sure that you continue to follow the page on Facebook and on Instagram. Be We Next. That's BWE Next.com. That's the website. And Black Women's Expo on all social media. So I know August is a long time away. So what are we going to do in the meantime with Black Women's Expo? I'm so glad you asked. So we will be having a series of virtual activities that will help promote the brands of the different participants, sponsors, speakers, etc. And the very first virtual experience is happening this weekend. That's right. So one of the panel discussions and one of the features for the Black Women's Expo is going to be the Clark sisters, who have a new movie coming out on Lifetime next weekend. So we are partnering with Lifetime, we being the Black Women's Expo team and Mary Green, to showcase and do a live screening of the Clark sisters movie. Now, I know all of you gospel fans, you all know who the Clark sisters are. So we'll be doing a teaser of the movie this weekend on Sunday. So you need to go to the Facebook page of the Black Women's Expo so you can register for that virtual experience. Again, we will be doing a teaser for the Clark sisters Lifetime movie. That's a pretty exciting update. And know that I will post the information after this broadcast just in case you missed it, because I want all of my Facebook family and followers to tune in to all of the virtual events that we are putting together for the Black Women's Expo. I want to send a special message out to my client, Mary Green of the Black Women's Expo, the founder. This is year 26. The show will go on. We understand the times that we are living in, but we also have to keep moving forward and keep staying positive. So Mary, stay up. She calls me her rah-rah girl. She says, you're always so positive about everything. And hey, Mary, that's what you have me for. That's what Whitt PR does. We keep our clients on task and we keep them motivated to be the best versions of themselves. So again, please follow the Black Women's Expo on social media. Visit the website. They're now still taking applications for vendors, exhibitors, sponsors, and panelists. So again, August 21st through the 23rd at the McCormick Place. That's where the expo will be taking place. Stay tuned for more updates. I'm checking you off, Mary. Now we're switching lanes a little bit to go to the Gary Community School Corporation. The Gary Community School Corporation is one of my clients, and I'm always proud to represent the Gary schools for the main reason that I am a product of the Gary schools. And so we are living in a time now where learning is taking place virtually. And while I do share all of the information on the main page, the Gary Community School Corporation Facebook page and Instagram, Twitter. But today I just wanted to pause for those who haven't been on that page to give a couple of updates from the Gary schools. Yesterday, it was announced that the Gary schools and all schools in Indiana will continue on a virtual platform for the remainder of the school year. Were we disappointed? Yes. Were our hearts broken? Yes. Have I been getting nonstop messages about what's going to happen with graduation and all of the different things that our students typically enjoy in a face-to-face environment? Yes. And the truth is, we're just now getting this information, and so a lot of planning has to be done. So I don't want to put the cart before the horse and share things that may or may not come to pass without getting with the team, working with the team to make sure that we are sharing the most current and accurate information. For the time being, I encourage you to visit the Gary Community School Corporation's website. Crystal O'Brien, my PR colleague and friend, constantly updates our website to ensure that parents and the entire school community stay abreast of the different happenings with the school district. Here's what I can tell you. We are committed to continuing the food distribution for students every Monday. The next food distribution will take place on Monday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The full schedule is located at the Gary Community School Corporation's website and on our Facebook page. That website is www.garycs.k12.in.us. I know that's a mouthful, but if you simply Google Gary Community School Corporation, all of our links will come up. There's a full schedule of where the buses will go to distribute the food. And I am asking you, parents, students, guardians, grandparents, aunts, cousins, if you have a child in the Gary schools, we ask that you only go to one location and get one package of food for the week so that we have enough for all of the families. We're finding that sometimes people go to more than one location and they get more than one box, which we all know is not fair. Second, we ask that parents do not send your children alone. Again, this is 5 days worth of food, breakfast and lunch. It's heavy. So don't send the babies out to the bus by themselves. Send an older brother, a sibling, a sister, or you come, parents, and help carry those boxes and those supplies back home. Bring a bag or a box or something that you can carry these items in, again, because it's 5 days worth of food. The second piece I would like to talk about regarding food distribution is the following week, which is Easter weekend. On the school calendar, there is Good Friday, which is next Friday, and then there is Easter Monday. Normally, schools would be out on Easter Monday. In conjunction with that, food distribution will take place on that Tuesday. I repeat, the Tuesday after Easter, we will do food distribution. But again, I'll be pushing that out all next week to remind you, but I just wanted to give you a heads up for those families that depend on that food and you're making plans to come and meet those employees to get your various supplies. And speaking of employees, let me pause to say thank you to our bus drivers, to our bus attendants, to our parent liaisons, to our administrators, to our teachers, to our staff, custodians, everybody who is jumping in to make sure that our school district continues to run. Particularly those who are out there on the front line doing the food distribution. Our security team is in place to ensure that the process is orderly, and we also have them using gloves and masks and exercising social distancing when passing out the food. A special thanks to our food service department for preparing the meals, getting them ready for distribution. Trust me, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. And a lot of times we get the brunt of the messages, of the frustrations, but we are still here for you. We get it. This is our new norm, and we just ask that you remain patient with the team as we get things in order. The last question that's burning with our parents and that I get constantly every day: what are the Gary schools or the Gary Community School Corporation going to do to close the digital divide? And by that I mean more other school districts already have laptops. They already have devices. What are we going to do? Information regarding our digital plan will be forthcoming. This is not the channel for me to go into full detail, but know that we hear your voices. We see your inquiries. We are getting your emails and texts and phone calls. And there is a plan being enacted to address this. Why? Because we have to. We have to do virtual learning. We owe that to each and every student in the district. And so, again, go to the Facebook page and the website for regular updates that are going on with the Gary schools. And again, it is my honor to represent my school district because I am a proud product of the Gary schools, and we are Gary proud, Gary strong, Gary schools. And I'm checking them off. Thanks again. You all are really tuning in. I see the numbers. If you have questions in the comments when this broadcast is over, I will be sure to respond to any questions you might have. Now I would like to move on to our next client, and that is none other than the Chicago Urban League. I am so proud to be able to still be affiliated and work on a team with a group of wonderful professionals in Chicago. My former employer, now my client, who is led by the Honorable former Mayor of Gary, Karen Freeman Wilson. So like many other organizations, the Chicago Urban League is physically closed, but it is certainly not virtually closed. So I am reminding and inviting you to visit the Chicago Urban League's website for a list of all of the virtual events that are taking place. We are still servicing clients in a virtual capacity. Everything from housing and entrepreneurship to student development, leadership development, and of course, the 2020 census. The Chicago Urban League is a big partner, as well as the Urban League of Northwest Indiana, to raise awareness about the importance of the 2020 census. And by the way, have you filled out your census? It only takes a few minutes, and you can do it online, you can do it over the phone, or you can do it by mail. Again, the Chicago Urban League's website is www.chiul.org. That's CHIUL.org. Every Monday, we send out an e-blast, our e-newsletter, that updates you on all the things that are taking place at the Chicago Urban League. And I'd like to share a quick program note. Please be sure to tune in to WVON 1690 AM on Monday, April 6th at 9:37 a.m. That's right, 9:37 a.m. Karen Freeman Wilson, I keep saying mayor, she'll always have the title of mayor. Karen Freeman Wilson, the CEO, president and CEO of the Chicago Urban League, will be on the air live, and she will be discussing the census and how it makes perfect sense, more than perfect sense, that we all fill out our census so that our communities can be counted and dollars will flow into our community, because we really need those dollars to support our programs, to support our schools, and the overall economic development, as well as just the physical development and infrastructure of our communities. Trust me, you want to be counted. So tune in on Monday at 9:37 a.m. and you can see it and listen to it on iHeartRadio. So you can't say, well, I don't live in Chicagoland, Chelsea. It doesn't matter. You can listen from anywhere in the world. I'd like to say hello to all of my colleagues at the Chicago Urban League. Keep doing what you're doing. I love the Zoom calls we have so I can see your faces. And I hope to see you sometime in the future. I know I will, once we open our doors again. But for now, go to the website, shyul.org. Now I'm checking the Chicago Urban League out. Next on our lineup of clients is my colleague, my friend, Dr. Janet Seabrook. So you know, in the times of this virus being spread, I knew that Dr. Seabrook would come to the forefront. She was already a voice in our medical community, but now more than ever, we need a voice that we can trust, that we know, and we know who's here for our best interest. And Dr. Janet Seabrook has been doing just that. If you've been following her pages and my pages, you'll know she's been doing radio interviews. She's been doing online discussions. She has been writing columns and just giving of herself to make sure that people feel comfortable about what's going on with this pandemic, because we are living in times that we have never seen. So hats off to you, Dr. Janet Seabrook. Last night, she participated in an online discussion after the movie screening of Contagion. You know, a lot of us are doing a lot of movie watching these days, and Contagion, it just fits the theme right now as far as a pandemic or an emergency. If you missed that discussion, it's on her page. The link to the whole Zoom discussion is there, and it was phenomenal. Dr. Janet Seabrook. Please make sure you follow her. Please make sure you visit her webpage, drjanetseabrook.com. So much great information. She's also going to be participating in another discussion on Monday at 6 p.m. with Laughing Right Productions TV. And I'll be sure to post the links and all of the information so you can tune in. Thank you, Dr. Seabrook, for all that you do and for making us aware, informed, and that we stay safe. And as you always say, your health matters. And now I'd like to switch gears and talk about our client, Jay's Breakfast Club. Wow. A few days ago, Jay's Breakfast Club owner, Jocelyn Kelly, made the smart decision that she would no longer offer the carry-out service and would close the doors of Jay's Breakfast Club until May 1st. She did a lot of deliberating. We talked about it, and I'm sure she talked about it with her family and the staff, and felt that your safety as clients, patrons, customers, and supporters was more important than just a bottom line of serving meals. We know Jay's Breakfast Club. We know the home and homely, warm environment that it provides, and the love that Jocelyn has for all of the customers who come through her doors and all of the community work that she does. And so this act is just another gesture of who she is and what Jay's Breakfast Club stands for. I ask that you still continue to follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Post your memories, post your food pics, and trust me when I tell you, when she comes back and when Jay's comes back in May, they're coming back stronger than ever. And she has exciting news to announce to the community coming up for this year. And I will not steal your thunder, Jay, but we do have a lot of great plans. So again, make sure you continue to follow the Jay's Breakfast Club pages and send Jocelyn a word of encouragement. Again, small businesses, they matter. We're hanging in there. We're holding on. Jocelyn, you hold on. We love you at Whitt PR. At Lead Financial, what can I say about Delta Jones Walker? Wow. Delta and I have gone back many years, and I often say that she is the very first Whitt client, all the way back to 2015. We're going on 5 years now. Delta was the one that even when I didn't have a business, she insisted that she become my client. And I kept saying, Delta, I work for the city of Gary. I don't have time to take clients on the side, or it's unethical or whatever. She wouldn't take no for an answer, and I thank God that she did not. Fast forward to now, our relationship is stronger than ever, and her brand is even stronger. At-Led Financial is located in Cherryville, Indiana, but she services clients across the country. So if you're watching this on the East Coast, West Coast, it doesn't matter. Delta Jones Walker can serve all of your financial needs. And I too am a client. I know I'm sounding like a commercial, but I have to say, the things that Delta has taught me and all of her followers over the years prepared me for such a time as this. She talked about emergency savings. She talked about investing. She talked about general savings. She talked about all these things to prepare yourself for if there is a financial emergency, you'll be ready. So I thank you for that, Delta. I also want to share with you that she is still doing complimentary client consultations via Zoom and via telephone. So if you want to set up a consultation to talk about your finances and talk to a superb financial advisor, please reach out to my client, Delta Jones Walker, by calling 219-513-3710, or you can email her at djwalker@atledfinancial.com. Again, that's djwalker@atledfinancial.com. Little trivia for you on this Friday afternoon. Did you know that At-Led spells Delta backwards? That's how she came up with the name. Thank you, Delta, for everything that you do. And a program note for Delta. On next Friday at 7 p.m., she will be the guest speaker in a Zoom discussion about your finances during the coronavirus era. Again, Friday, April 10th at 7 p.m., you will be able to view Delta Jones Walker live talking about finances and the coronavirus. I, of course, will continue to post the information in the link where you can register so that you too can tune in and get some of that knowledge from Delta Jones Walker. All right, we're halfway down the list. I told you I had a lot of great information to share. Now let's talk about the Gary Housing Authority. Yes, one of my great clients, one of my newer clients. We entered a partnership in January, and our team has been assisting with promoting aspects of the Gary Housing Authority to let you know that it's a new day at GHA, and that it's not just about housing, because we have the Envision Center now. Currently, the Envision Center is located in the Genesis Towers in downtown Gary, but the team is working on the expansion of the Envision Center and has purchased the Dubois Library on 19th and Broadway in Gary, where the Envision Center will be housed in the future. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Envision Center is, it's a resource center for not just Gary Housing Authority residents, but for the entire city. Each week, there is programming from all different types of community agencies, everything from childcare to starting your own business to taking care of yourself. You name it, those types of workshops, all free, were being held. Obviously, because of the spread of the virus, those workshops are on hold. However, I still want you to follow the Gary Housing Authority page, because we are giving updates at that page every day and sharing all types of resources from our community partners. A special hello to my colleague and neighbor, Julian Marsh, who is the Executive Director of the Gary Housing Authority. To my friend, Terrell Bonds, who is the Deputy Director at the Gary Housing Authority, and to my colleague and friend, Jose Ibarra, who I work alongside to ensure that you receive the messaging and updates of the Gary Housing Authority. Currently, entry is limited to coming to the various high rises because, as you know, a lot of our high rises house senior citizens, and we want to keep them protected from we know that they're a vulnerable population for this virus. So we ask that you respect the rules and regulations that are currently in place for the Gary Housing Authority in all of its properties. But when this quarantine is over, let me tell you, lots of exciting news coming out of GHA. For what I said before, it's a new day at GHA. Next, I'd like to talk to you about a phenomenal young lady who's been my client just under a year. You may know her as former Mayor Karen Freeman Wilson's daughter, Jordan, but I know her as an illustrious Howard graduate, current law student, and co-founder of the app Politicking. Politicking is an app that allows millennials and everybody to learn more about elections from whether it's local, regional, statewide, or national. And it's a free app that I'm asking you today to download so that you can get in the know about the various races that are taking place across the country. So again, this is not just a local broadcast where Chelsea's just talking about Gary, because Jordan is all the way in Massachusetts somewhere. But this Politicking app is global. I need you to download it, and it's spelled Politicking, P-O-L-I-C-T-I-C-K-I-N-G, Politicking, the app. Download it, it's free. Tell all of your friends, and also follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I just love those millennials. They keep me hip, they keep me informed, and it's just, we need to vote, but we also need to vote intelligently. And that's what that app does for you. It helps you to understand. You can enter any race in any state and see who's running, what they support, what they previously voted for, some of their background. It's time that we start to vote intelligently and not just vote because of name recognition or eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So thank you, Jordan Wilson and your colleagues, for putting together this app for us so that we can be more informed when we go to the polls in November. Stay connected, stay informed. All right, moving on down the list. Let's talk about Katrina Hill of Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance Company. Katrina is a dynamo powerhouse in the insurance field. She also happens to be my classmate from Gary Westside, and she is just a consummate professional. All the way up until a few days ago, she was out pounding the pavement until they put the kibosh on that and said no more face-to-face contact due to the virus. And so she is now in the virtual world with the rest of us, but she is still getting people covered by the best, Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance Company. She will do a complimentary, no obligation consultation with you over the phone or Zoom. You know, that's how we're doing it these days, either face-to-face, phone calls, Facebook, social media, Instagram, all of those things. And she is ready and willing to meet all of your final expense insurance needs. And you know, I hate to be morbid in this conversation, but insurance right now is more important than ever. I mean, we are living in uncertain times, and the last thing we want to be is not prepared if something happens and we need to bury a loved one. That is what her insurance company does, final expense. She talks to you about affordability and will help you to identify a plan that works within your budget. She's also connecting with her current clients to do any type of policy review that you might need. Perhaps you got your policy a couple of years ago and some things have changed in your life and you need to change your amount of coverage. Reach out to Katrina Hill, 219-801-2393. Again, Katrina Hill of Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance Company, 219-801-2393. And you can follow her on Facebook, Katrina Hill, licensed insurance agent. You can follow her on Instagram, where she is I've Got You Covered. And you can also connect with her on LinkedIn, Katrina Hill. Thank you, Katrina, for all that you do for your clients. Everybody follow her, follow her, follow her. She is so professional. And let me tell you, she's one of the top performers in her group over there at Lincoln Heritage. I read her inboxes for her business page, and people are always asking for advice on how do you get so much traction. Of course, I like to say it's Whitt, but that's only a piece of the picture. Plain and simple, she's just great at what she does. Thanks, Katrina. Checking you off. Our next client. I didn't realize the list was this long until I started to really look at it, but I'm thankful. I am thankful that my clients are sticking with me. And that would be the Gary branch of the NAACP. Yes, it is imperative that we fill out our census, and I know we talked about that before, but the NAACP is definitely another one of those organizations that is pushing this agenda that we get counted, because the funding is desperately needed in our African American communities. In addition, we also need you to vote, and you know the NAACP has always been instrumental in fighting for our right to vote, and now making sure that we are registered and that we actually get out there and vote. While we're sitting here in quarantine, that's the main thing we need to be thinking about. When this is over, how are we going to improve our communities? One of the ways, of course, is voting. So please make sure that you are registered and following these elections using the politicking app. And please follow NAACP Gary on Facebook to keep up with what the local chapter is doing. You know that NAACP is also responsible for ACT-SO, which is the national competition that our young people typically participate in. And we know a lot of things are going to have to be moved around and rescheduled. But please make sure that you continue to follow the NAACP Gary chapter to get updates on what's going on with these programs and when they will be rescheduled. A special hello to Mr. Stephen May, who is the president of our Gary branch. And I work alongside Darian Collins and Miss Lorona Carter, Robert Buggs, and so many others who are vested in this organization. Burley Suggs, Lori Latham, and many others who come to the meetings, and Mrs. Marsh, that make sure that the NAAC Gary branch is alive, well, active, and an advocate for civil rights in our community. Checking you off, NAACP Gary branch. Stella V Cafe, another one of my newer clients, located in the Federal Building in downtown Hammond, Indiana. Regretfully, due to the coronavirus, Stella V Cafe had to close its doors for the time being. However, the owner and operator and my friend Virginette Fitzpatrick is still doing catering orders, and she is baking her heart out. A little bit about Virginette. She is a trained chef, and she received her training in France. I'll repeat that. She is a trained dessert chef, and she received her formal training in France. So you can only imagine how mouth-watering both her entrees and desserts are. And I ask that you continue to support her. Want to learn more about what she does? You got to follow her Facebook page and check her out. Stella V Cafe. And I'm going to spell it for you because she has a special spelling to her business. Stella, obviously, Stella. V is spelled V-I-E Cafe. Stella V Cafe. Please make sure you go on and follow her. And her desserts and her entrees are amazing. And I can't wait for your doors to open back up. But we will support you with caterings for the time being, Virginette. We love you and we thank you for the talent that you bring to the region. Checking you off, Virginette. All right. So for those of you who have been following my personal page, you know that we are still in the throes of the Indiana Travis Garza Fat Loss Challenge. And I am still a challenger. No quarantine should stop us from our routine. And so I'd like to say hello to the ladies of the co-founders, the ladies of the Indiana Travis Garza Fat Loss Camp. Obviously, the camp is currently closed, but again, the challenge still continues. And so what we've been doing is posting videos and links to videos for workouts and encouraging the challengers and the community at large to keep going. Just because you're at home doesn't mean you give up. Move around. There are plenty of videos out there and information to help us to continue to take care of our bodies. And we simply ask that when this is all over and you are looking for a place that will change your life in a weight loss journey, make it the Indiana Travis Garza Fat Loss Camp. I can't say it enough how much they have changed my life. It was a dual partnership. I'm their client, they're my client, and we are all getting results in a three-pronged approach, from the meal plan to the exercise to the camaraderie of camp. And boy, do I miss the camaraderie of that camp. But we have to keep going, and so I am encouraging you to visit their website, which is www.shock. Yes, we're still connected here. Don't forget to follow my business page, which is C Whitt PR. For some reason, I see what the reason is, everybody. During these quarantines, sometimes internet can get a little sketchy. And so the internet on one page is back up and running now. And I'm going to go back live on my business page. And I thank you for those of you who are on my personal page that are still continuing to tune in. Indiana Travis Garza Fat Loss Camp, www.shockfat.com. Again, www.shockfat.com. So while I'm waiting for the internet to warm up, isn't that funny? Warm up. That Nephi is one of those things that it's just one of those things. If it kicks you off the network, what do? You just jump back on. Shout out to Bernadette Wright Lawrence, as well as Darcel Williams and Miss Patricia Ryan David, who are the three co-founders of the Indiana Travis Garza Fat Loss Camp. I want to thank Miss Pat specifically because she gave me a special gift for my birthday, which was a nice, new, expensive, I think, weight trainer, which is helping me with my weight loss goals. So I thank you so much, Miss Pat, for that birthday present. And I also want to thank all of you for my birthday wishes and gifts and texts and calls and all of the love that you have shown me as I claim 48 to be great. Okay, break's over. It looks like we are back on the Whitt PR page, and I thank you for your patience. Now, we've talked about the Indiana Travis Garza Fat Loss Camp, and I ask for your prayers as I continue on with the challenge because it's not easy. And we know that we are in a time where we're in the house a lot, so it's hard. Shockfat.com. And I hope that when this is all over, I'll see you in the camp and that you will join this journey with me. All right, moving right along. Yes, there's more. Stretch Educational Training and Support, owned and operated by the illustrious Bonita Anderson. Bonita, I know you're watching. I know you were waiting to see if I was going to mention you. Of course. I love to refer to Bonita as the teacher's teacher. She is a retired teacher, but she didn't want to stop making a difference in our educational community. So she started her own consulting firm, and she is helping train administrators and teachers on classroom management and just how to get better at what they do and take control of their classrooms to ensure that their educational strategies are effective. Well, the coronavirus has impacted Bonita too, because obviously she can't go out and do the trainings on a face-to-face basis. However, I love what she has continued to do. She gets on her social media, which I helped train her to do, and she does daily tips and videos, and she shares articles and words of encouragement for our teachers and our administrators, because we know you all are going through it right now, switching to all of this virtual learning, and then just still trying to push that type of teacher energy that the students are going to need, and making sure that energy comes through the screen like I'm trying to do to you today. So you can check out Bonita. I ask that you follow her on her Facebook page, Stretch EDU, and visit her website to find out more about her services. She can do some coaching virtually too. So check her out at stretchyourschool.com. Again, that's stretchyourschool.com. Bonita, you are a phenomenal woman. Keep being great and keep helping our teachers and our administrators be great. Checking you out, Bonita. All right. I wanted to end with this client because I wanted to end with a request from all of my viewers and followers. Grace Beyond Borders. Grace Beyond Borders is a nonprofit organization located in East Chicago, Indiana, but it services all of Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. It was founded by my first ever boss, Mr. Marcus Martin, formerly of the Boys and Girls Clubs, and he has been at this for almost 7 years, 6 years now, and his mission is to end homelessness, which is an amazing mission to have. And so Mr. Martin has launched a 365 Days of Grace campaign, and I'm asking you to be the face of grace. This pandemic of the coronavirus has shown me a whole different lens of what homelessness looks like. For example, when they tell us we need to shelter in place, exactly what do when you don't have shelter? You go from place to place looking for assistance, and now people are even a little bit more leery of helping because they don't know if you have the virus, and they're not sure if they want to come in contact with individuals who are living on the streets. Well, that's not the case with Marcus Martin. He is all in on his mission, and I'm asking you to help. The other day, I went to one of his daily feedings in East Chicago at Grace Beyond Borders, and he was feeding the homeless outside, and they were practicing social distancing. They were able to be 6 feet apart, and he had food that he was feeding them from his van. I'm telling you, he is committed. And later this year, he'll be looking to open his facility. But of course, operational funds are needed in order to keep the doors open once he procures this building, which is well in the works. So I'm asking you to go to the website and give, thefaceofgrace.org, thefaceofgrace.org, or if you even do gracebeyondborders.org. Either one of them will take you back to that big old donate button. Many of you have already donated, and for that, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. But if you're just now hearing about this organization and Marcus Martin, let me tell you, amazing, amazing work. So I can't wait till the quarantine is over so I can get back out there in the trenches with him. We still plan to have the walkathon later in the summer. All these things continue because homelessness continues. So please help Grace Beyond Borders. Any amount helps. And he's just looking 360, there are actually 366 days in the year. So you have an extra day to give to this amazing ministry. Won't you be the face of grace? And so I have covered all of my Whitt clients. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 clients right now. And there are, oh, wait, I know she's going to get me. I have to step back and talk about network tax services. Gerla Freeman Disco. Listen, have you gotten your taxes prepared yet? Now you're saying, oh, well, we have an extension to July 15th. Hogwash. Go ahead and get your taxes prepared right now. And who better than to entrust your tax preparation than with Network Tax Services? Gerla Freeman Disco is a proud graduate of Jackson State University, and as soon as she finished up, she came right back to her hometown of Gary, Indiana, worked in the private sector for a while, but then opened her businesses, and Network Tax is one of which I am proud to represent during this tax season. Of course, their physical doors are closed right now due to the coronavirus, but you can still get your taxes prepared over the phone and via email. So please, 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 please call Network Taxes at 219-944-8821. Tell her Whitt sent you, and a hello to her entire team, Janet and Stephanie, and they are still working. And she also has an Indianapolis office, and you can find out more information by following them on Facebook. Network Tax Services. Hey Gerla, I did not forget you. So that is my list of clients. 15 clients we have talked about, and I thank all of you who are still hanging in with me by listening. Lastly, I'd just like to talk about Whitt PR and where we are during this whole coronavirus pandemic. Has it been tough? Yes. Has it been tough to see some of my clients have to close their doors? Yes. Have I been reminded that there's one more client I need to mention? Yes. That would be the Art House. I still represent the Art House located in downtown Gary, but this facility is currently closed because it is a city facility. And I just want to send my thoughts and prayers out to LaShawn Brooks and the entire team, Miss Eva and Carla and the board. My thoughts and prayers are with you. But if you are looking for an amazing venue to host your weddings and showers and conferences later in the year, please go to arthousegary.com to learn more about the venue, the pricing, so you can get ready. So when they reopen their doors, you will know that you can have a space that's affordable, that's quaint, that's exquisite, and that meets your needs with a staff that is professional in every way. I promise everybody. That's everybody. In fact, it's the Sweet 16. I just went over 16 different clients and what they are up to. God is so good. So at Whitt PR, I am still putting out our every other week Whitt sauce. I am still taking orders for those of you who want your own customized e-blasts that now go out to, I've added about 500 more contacts since the quarantine started. So your information, your brands, your products can go to 11,500 people in the press of a button. I'd especially like to thank Tamika Reese of Paparazzi, the D&D Blingologist, for supporting me. She purchased space in the Whitt Sauce newsletter, and she continues to support me and my brand. I'd also like to send a shout out to Kiki Janae, owner of the Smart Smoothie. You probably received an e-blast from her about her TLC products since the Smart Smoothie is currently closed during the pandemic. They are supporting me, and I thank you for that, and everyone else who supports Whitt PR. I'd also like to send a special shout out to my team members, Amber McKinstry, Alette Washington, Crystal Lynn, and Latasia Jones. We are all quarantined in our own spaces, and I just want you to know I miss you. I miss you. I miss you so much. And we will get this PR train rolling as soon as this quarantine is over. If you want to use any of the Whitt PR services, just reach out to me. You can inbox me on Facebook. You can send me an email, chelsea@cwitt.biz, or you can text me, 219-712-3182, or give me a call, 219-712-3182. Whitt PR is up, operating, and ready to take your brand to the next level. This has been a special edition of Whitt Sessions, and I have been your host, Chelsea Whittington. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Be safe.